Welcome back, students. So, last class we did a quick revision of the chapter up till now. We'll continue with the chapter today. I hope you are all doing fine and welcome to your geography lesson. We are doing the chapter Physical Features of India. We have completed up till now the Himalayan mountains, the Great Northern Plains. We also did the plateau of peninsular India, and we have also done the western and the eastern coastal plains. Today we start with the Indian desert. It lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. It is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes. This region receives very low rainfall, below 150 millimeters a year. It has arid climate with low vegetation cover, and streams appear only during the rainy season. Okay, so Luni is the only large river of this region, and perchance that is a crescent shaped dune are seen near Jaisalmer, and it covers a larger area, but the longitudinal dunes become more prominent near the Indo-Pakistan border. There are two types of deserts that we find, not Indian desert. There are two types of deserts. There are hot deserts and there are cool deserts. The hot desert, uh, the largest hot desert in the world is Sahara Desert. It reaches up to the temperatures of 122 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. And it covers around 9 million square kilometers across 12 countries. Hot deserts, they usually have a large diurnal seasonal temperature range with high daytime temperatures and low nighttime temperatures because of low humidity. In hot deserts, the temperatures in the daytime can reach 45 degrees Celsius to 113 degrees Fahrenheit or higher in the summer, and it dips right from 0 degrees Celsius or lower in the nighttime. Urban areas in the deserts lack large daily temperature variation due to the urban heat island effect. Many deserts are formed by rain shadows, mountains blocking the path of precipitation to the desert. These are the reasons how they are formed. These are some pictures of hot deserts across the world. We also have cool deserts. The common concept of desert is dry and hot, but there are also cold deserts. Desert animals have adapted ways to help them keep cool and use less water. Like we already know, camel goes on for days without food and water. Many desert animals are nocturnal, coming out only when the brutal sun has descended to hunt. Some animals, like desert tortoise in the southern western United States, spend most of their time underground. Many desert birds are nomadic. They are crisscrossing the skies in the search of food. Because of these very special adaptations, desert animals are extremely vulnerable to predators and changes of their habitat. These are some pictures of cold desert. The next physical feature that we need to learn is the Indian island. An island is any piece of subcontinental land that is surrounded by water. Very small islands such as emergent land features on atolls can be called islets, cays, or keys. An island is a river or a lake An island in a river or a lake may be called an eyot or hod. A grouping geographically or geologically related island is called an archipelago. An island may still be described as such despite the presence of an artificial land bridge. For example, Singapore and its causeway, or the various Dutch Delta islands such as Eilmont. Some places may even retain islands in their names for historical reasons after being connected to a larger landmass, such as Coney Island or Coverley. When a piece of land is separated from the mainland by a man-made canal, for example, the Peloponnese by the Corinth Canal, is generally not considered as an island. So India has two groups of islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Island. Lakshadweep means 100,000 island. It is a group of 36 islands in the Arabian Sea. The southernmost point of these islands is slightly northwards of the independent island country of Maldives. All these islands have been built up by coral polyps and have fringing reefs very close to their shores. These islands lie 300 kilometers to the west of the coast of Kerala. So Lakshadweep Islands, they are close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. Earlier, they were known as Laccadive, Minicoy, and Amandiv. In 1973, these were named as Lakshadweep. It covers a small area of 32 square kilometers. Kavadri Island is the administrative headquarter of Lakshadweep. This island group has great diversity of flora and fauna. And the Pitli Island, which is uninhabited, has a bird sanctuary. Then we also have the Andaman and the Nicobar Islands. These are a group of 572 islands located in the Bay of Bengal. They are found at an average distance of 1200 kilometers from the mainland. The Nicobar group forms a cluster south to the Andaman. These groups of islands are mountain tops rising from the sea floors. Most are of volcanic origin and they have limestone, sandstone, and shale as the chief constituent rock. Barren Island is an active volcano. Port Blair is in the Andaman group and it is the capital and also a port city. The 10-degree channel separates Andaman group from the Nicobar group. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are fairly larger than Lakshadweep. Indira Point in the Nicobar Islands is the southernmost point in the Indian Union. So Andaman and Nicobar Islands are bigger in size and they are more numerous and scattered. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories, the Andaman in the north and the Nicobar in the south. It is believed that these islands are an elevated portion of submarine mountains. These island groups are of great strategic importance to our country. All these sources of landscape studied above are important. Both of these islands are very important. Access to fishing and port activities are because of the coastal regions. So all the relief features that we have studied are very important. They give us access to fishing and port activities because of the coastal regions. The plateau is said to be the storehouse of minerals and an important factor to the industrial sector. Mountains are another important feature of the landform on which water and forest are dependent. Also, plains are very important for the growth of agriculture, and they are also called the granaries of the country. So, these diverse physical features make possible of immersive possibilities of land. With this, the chapter has come to an end. All right, so we continue with watching this small video that will recap our learning today.
Sandy plain covered by sand dunes. Most of these are crescent-shaped sand dunes called barkans. If you go to Jaisalmer in Rajasthan, you will be able to see a lot of barkans. However, as you go near the Indo-Pakistan boundary, you will see a predominance of longitudinal dunes.
These are called longitudinal dunes. You can see because they are straight in the shape of longitude, and these were in the crescent shape. Okay, these are crescent shaped dunes called as barchan.
Did you know longitudinal dunes, also called saf dunes, after the Arabic word for sword, elongate parallel to the prevailing wind? Saf dunes are thought to develop from barkans if the direction of the wind changes. The rainfall in this region is quite low, below 150 millimeters per year. Understandably, the arid climate is not suitable for plants to grow. Therefore, the vegetation cover in this region is sparse. During the rainy season, though, some streams do appear. However, these streams do not have enough water to reach the sea.
So sometimes you do see some streams in the desert, but they don't have enough water to take into so that they can reach the sea.
So, soon after the rainy season, they disappear slowly into the sand again. The only exception is the river Luni, which is a large river. Let's go back to the Peninsula Plateau. As you can see, beyond the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, the plateau is bordered by narrow coastal strips.
We have already seen this. We're not doing this right now. Okay, so next was island.
Moving off the mainland, the country also consists of two groups of islands or archipelagos. The Lakshadweep Islands group and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. If you examine the Malabar coast of Kerala closely, lying close to the coast are the Lakshadweep Islands. This group is famed for its variety of flora and fauna. One of the uninhabited islands in this group, the Pitti Island, has a bird sanctuary. Apart from that, The group overall consists of small coral islands. The name comes from the beautiful coral reefs that are a popular tourist attraction. Coral polyps are microscopic marine organisms which have short lifespans. They flourish in shallow, mud-free, warm waters. They generally live in colonies. And how do they form such huge coral reefs? The reefs are built of a combination of hard rock-like secretion from the coral polyps and their skeletons. There are three main kinds of reefs: barrier reef, fringing reef, and atolls. A barrier reef is one that is separated from a mainland or island shore by a deep lagoon. The Great Barrier Reef of Australia is a good example. An atoll, on the other hand, is a circular barrier reef. There is no central island, and the reef extends all the way around the lagoon, forming the shape of a horseshoe. Here is a view of the coral atolls in the Maldives, in the Indian Ocean. A fringe reef is one that is directly attached to a shore. Before 1973, the Lakshadweep Islands were known as Lakshadweep, Minicoy and Amendive. The overall area of Lakshadweep is 32 square kilometers. The island's administrative offices are headquartered on an island called the Kavaratti Island. Let's move to the second group of islands, which is located on the eastern side of the peninsula, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is a long chain of islands extending from north to south, located in the Bay of Bengal. There are numerous scattered islands in the chain. Most of them are bigger in size than those in the Lakshadweep Islands. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories. The northern islands are called the Andaman, and the southern islands constitute the Nicobar category. Did you know the Andaman Islands and the Nicobar Islands are separated by the 10-degree north parallel? It is said that these islands are the elevated parts of a submarine mountain chain. As you can see from the map, this chain separates the Bay of Bengal from the Andaman Sea. These island groups are of great strategic importance for the country. These islands lie close to the equator. The equatorial climate has resulted in a thick forest cover. Thus, like the Lakshadweep Islands, these islands display great diversity of flora and fauna as well. The most interesting feature of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is that they house India's only active volcano. This volcano is located on the barren island. Each physiographic unit of India complements the others by providing valuable natural resources to the country. Let's take a moment to recollect the contribution of each unit to the development of the country.
So you all will recollect in your minds, and you all can comment on the video, whatever you have recollected, all the relief features of the country. With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning.